Greetings. Well, it's Wednesday, July the 18th, 2012, and today we find ourselves in Disneyland Paris. It's about 25 past 10. The park opened at 10, so it's already beginning to get rather chaotic. If I just swing around here, you'll see this is where all the people are coming in, underneath the railway station there. And this seems to be the busiest day so far. We've been here Monday, Tuesday and today. The sun is out. We've had some good weather here. And the park already seems to be getting very busy. So this is our third time in Disneyland Paris. And I really like it, actually. It was my idea to come back. When I first was... it was suggested that we came to Disneyland. I thought, oh goodness, it's going to be some dreadful, dreadful theme park. Full of terrible people, queues and overpriced fast food, and to an extent that's true. But if you kind of put all that to one side, it's a really lovely atmosphere here. I love it, absolutely love it, because everything's really kind of clean and tidy and immaculately kept. There's a really lovely kind of friendly atmosphere here. And I really like the kind of Disney spirit of things, that kind of make-believe. This is a totally artificial street here. This is Main Street, you can see, looking down towards Sleeping Beauty's castle. These are all sort of recreated kind of American Victoriana-style buildings, I suppose. Most of them either food, places where you can get food, or different Disney shops, mostly selling the same kind of things but in slightly different formats. And then if you just come around here, this bit I've just walked through is this kind of gazebo thing where a lot of people often have their pictures taken with the view of the castle behind them. So one of the things that Disneyland Paris is most famous for are the parades, which happen once or twice a day. There's one at 7 o'clock, which this year it's the 20th anniversary of Disneyland Paris, and they're doing this Disney Magic, the Magic of Disney parade, which is just fantastic. The parades are probably one of the best things about coming. And then, of course, once you get into the park itself, it's just a succession of rides, most of them with very, very long queues. But there is a thing called Fast Pass where you can book yourself a half-hour slot and come back to the ride later in the day and jump the queue, where you're allowed to kind of get into the front of the queue. And for example, Thunder Mountain, which is a roller coaster, which should be on this channel hopefully among my videos, that took us about 80-85 minutes when we queued, and when we fast passed it, it took about 8 or 9 minutes. So really well worth doing. And some people that we bumped into yesterday from England, no one had told them what Fast Pass was, so they'd spent the whole of their trip to Disneyland Paris queuing up endlessly for all these rides. So this is Main Street that I'm walking down at the moment, surrounded by all these people. This year we've come in July. Usually we come around about March, April time, and I think it's quite noticeable how much busier it is in July. But we're also here, we're slightly ahead of the British school holidays, which means that there aren't loads and loads of English kids here. But one of the sort of kickback of that is that it's full of Spanish and French and Portuguese people, some of whom are absolutely dreadful. Sort of really loud people who keep shouting in your ear and shouting at children, and children who shout in your ear and jabber into mobile phones, and they don't really seem to be even aware of my existence. I seem to be almost invisible. They come up to me and just start shouting right next to my ear, and I can't bear it. That's what becomes of being a quiet, sheepish English fellow, I suppose. Anyway, I've walked down the whole of Main Street while I've been burbling on here. I'm just going to look back at it. This is Casey's fast food place, and I'm now looking back down Main Street. The sun's gone in slightly, and This is the bit where it kind of comes out to the entrance to the castle, and if you go underneath the drawbridge of that castle, you come into the Fantasyland area, which is all the sort of, I suppose, the rides for the younger children. And then there's also different lands like Frontierland, which is the cowboy area, which has Thunder Mountain, and there's a Imagination or something. I can't remember what they're called now, Adventureland or something. Anyway, lots of different rides. And then just next door to this park, there's the Disney Studios park, which is a smaller theme park, but has its own different attractions. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video now. So it's July 2012, Disneyland Paris.